Sri Shankar Maharaj, Chapter 13. Barrister's Company with an Ascetic. Sri Sadguru Shankar Maharaj stayed in Pune permanently and worked for the welfare of the devotees. He kept only selected devotees near him. He blessed and loved many devotees and their families wholeheartedly. Late Mr. Appa Balwant's Mahandale's palace was at Appa Balwant Chowk. He was famous for his might and valor in the war of Panipat. His heir, Barrister Rao Sahib Mahandale, stayed in the palace. His first wife had expired due to illness. He had heard the recitation of Dhyaneshwari, that is a holy book written by Sant Dhyaneshwar, from Dada Maharaj Satarkar in the area of Khandewadi in Girgaon, that is Mumbai. From that day, he started believing in Dhyaneshwari and started studying the inner depths of the book. He was deeply engrossed in learning each and every line from Dhyaneshwari, which helped him to forget the intense grief of his wife's death. Once, Sardar Mirikar had come to meet Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale. While having a talk, they started speaking about Sri Shankar Maharaj. Sardar Mirikar started praising Maharaj and mentioned all his miracles. Hearing about all the good deeds and the mysterious lifestyle of Maharaj, Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale was keen to meet him. So, they went to meet Maharaj at Mirikar's palace in Nagar. Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale was happy on seeing Maharaj. Maharaj was wearing a white dhoti, a white shirt, had long hair, a long beard and a moustache. Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale fell on Maharaj's feet and held them tightly. Maharaj hugged him and said, "You are the heir of the one who created history, but still you are a barrister. Your life has been destroyed, but don't worry, happiness is yet to come in your life. Your life and your palace will blossom with the tunes of Dhyaneshwari." By Maharaj's blessings, Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale got married a second time. His wife was Mrs. Padmavati, but everyone called her Tai Sahib. She met Maharaj at Mr. G.K. Pradhan's house. In the first meeting, Maharaj blessed her by touching her throat and said, "Child, you have a sweet voice. Start singing from today." On the next day, Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale and his wife went to hear the hymns narrated by Dada Maharaj Satarkar. At that time, Dada Maharaj Satarkar handed over his Dhyaneshwari to Tai Sahib and ordered her to narrate Dhyaneshwari to everyone. On the same night, God Ganesh appeared in her dreams and touched her throat. After that, Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale and Tai Sahib started reciting Dhyaneshwari in their palace. Sri Sadguru Shankar Maharaj frequently visited their palace for the recitation of Dhyaneshwari. Mr. Narayan Rajhans, that is Bal Gandharva, and Mr. G.K. Pradhan visited this recitation with Maharaj regularly. Maharaj blessed Mr. Rao Sahib Mahandale and their barren palace. The tunes of repetitious recitation of Dhyaneshwari was heard in the Mahandale's palace from 1941 to 1972 for 32 consecutive years. Jai Shankar Maharaj.